Just finished editing the vlog, and while watching it just seemed like everything was a little bit blurry. And as is normal when walking around the drawers, everything just kind of goes into a blur. So that's all good there. Can't really fix that, unfortunately. So then that's select that option there. I finished a little bit earlier than I expected. Currently it's 2:34 p.m. and so now it is processing the video, and since it's now 2:34 p.m. it is yogurt time, and then once I get back I'm going to continue working on these. I already got a couple of these listed in medium blue, red, blue, light bluish gray, and white, and so I still got a good amount left. Yogurt time! Just finished listing a couple of different parts, mainly these things here and these things here, and this is the garbage from both of them. And so now I'm on to the next item. So it looks like the 2x2 with pins are next on the, pins on the top, and then after that I've got the 2x2 with pins on the bottom. Just finished checking the 2x2 Technic pin things. I just finished listing the, well, not just, but a little while ago finished listing the other version of it. And there's two versions of this one with a locking pin and the other version with that. I only had one with a locking pin that was in good condition to list. This is the filler from all of this stuff here. I think I emptied one partially through checking them for damage, although that might have been when I was on the other one. Yeah, that was actually on the other one. So that's that. So now I'm going to list all of these guys, and since it's currently only 8:36 p.m. I am probably going to try to tackle a couple more containers tonight. But just to make things a little bit more fun, I am going to grab a small assortment of Technic containers that I do want to try to just list now. Well, this stuff isn't assorted, so I'll quickly just dump that there. Let's see, is there anything else that looks interesting? I know there's a lot of these mixed in with here, most likely, and stuff. So that one's got bags. Let's see if there's anything else that looks like it would just be something easy. These wouldn't be too difficult. I'll take these. I'll just first separate the ones that are supposed to be here, which are these, from these guys, because these guys are missorted. So then I'll dump those in there. Those are plain propellers, and I have, those would go in like the vehicle container or something like that. And let's see, these guys here, there's probably some in here. Let's just see if we can take a quick look. Actually, it doesn't really look like there'd be any there. What about here? Not really seeing any of them. Let's just quickly set this box down here though, and then just grab this box and check the bottom. Yeah, there's a lot of smaller parts in here. Yeah, I'm seeing some from a couple different containers, but I'm not really seeing any of these guys. I mean, I can always open up the listing page and just list again if needed. So it's not too big of a deal. So I will add these and these here I'm going to leave for now. Oh wait, here's another one of these guys. I had this on the very bottom. I guess this one somehow had two containers made. And then there's this one here. These are missorted ones. These are supposed to be in brick modified. Haven't listed that container either yet, so then I'll put those there. And I'm thinking that's probably going to be all, because a lot of the containers that are lined up here already have bags filled. But then I'm just going to quickly go through like this thing here and some of these guys here, just see if there's any more that I can just add to the pile to get listed. So it's now 10:24 p.m. and I'm just listing the last item I'm listing for the day. And so that's listed now. I'm working on syncing up the store and stuff like that. I didn't get to any of these plate modified parts over here because I was working on some Technic parts. I got a couple of damaged Technic parts that are just a bit too damaged for my liking, so put them in the garbage. Then I'll put these containers on the side after I can get this garbage can back. And then I'll put these on the side. These are the Technic I didn't get to. Actually, I am going to just quickly list these two over here because they look like good fun. And I'm curious what they are worth. I'll probably quickly check in once I have that. So I'll just put these Technic things back here for now. So I got a decent amount of Technic. Well, arguably a decent amount. It wasn't too much or anything. I did fill up a couple containers with some Technic parts here and stuff. And so now this container can go on the stack here. I emptied all of these containers today, so I'm happy with that. Then put these containers back on the stack over here. It's now as tall as the windowsill, so can't complain. And so then I'll get these guys listed and sync up the stores. And then for anyone curious, the ones in pearl light gray, which is the only one I have, go for a couple bucks a piece. If only I had them in light bluish gray, they go for a lot more. Let's see where they're from. Okay, yeah, they're exclusive to this one set here. If we open it up, yeah, that's not going to be finding any of those in that part, probably. So then, well, I mean, it's definitely possible. It's not like it's a super rare set or anything like that. But then I'll just get these guys listed now. What holiday is it this time? Like, what holiday is it this time? I don't even know. Let's quickly make some breakfast. Step one, get a frying pan, and then move this here, and then use just a little bit of this. It seems to be the only oil that I can have, probably just because it's only a small amount and it gets all evaporated. And then turn the, well, actually don't turn the heat on yet. I'm not good at cooking. I don't think I've ever properly cooked one meal once without something going bad. I've even messed up boiling water, and that's not just a joke. I don't know how I did it, but more water ended up on the stove than being cooked. And now the next part, if I can open this with one hand, is to get the pre-made meal. And then take the lid off. Then make sure you got all of the stuff you need, nutritional yeast, whatever happy salt is. Sounds like a drug for some reason. And then put it in here. I'll clean out the container later. And oh, I almost forgot to put the stove on. And then put the stove on. I have tried putting it at low, medium, high, and it just never seems to cook properly. So who knows? And now I just wait. And then if you're like me, you already accidentally put the stirring spoon into the sink after you cleaned out the container, and now you have to grab a new one again. Now the question is this ready or not? I can't quite tell if it's ready or if I should still leave it for a little bit. Turns out some of it's a bit cold, but other parts of it are burned, but I was stirring it around the entire time. Well, not the entire time, like I was giving it time to cook and everything, but like, how does that even happen? I leave my phone plugged in at night, and it's currently 1:34, and I got up like at 11 or 11:30 and around there or something like that, and my phone's already on like 12% battery health. I think that my phone's getting a bit old now. Step 1 complete. New background has been chosen. Yogurt time. I did just quickly make a purchase. Someone posted in the forums that they had this set here for sale. So then I just quickly, one second, let me just enter in the set number. I just quickly picked it up. As you can see here, it was only 16 bucks. I'll probably end up paying about the same, if not a little bit more on shipping. But my weakness is when there's an undetermined type of an item in an inventory, I just like to buy it to find what it is so that the Bricklink catalog will be more complete. So then I picked that up because there's only one I have available in new condition. I mean, I could probably get it cheaper on eBay or something like that, but who knows? And so then I just picked that up, and so then once that arrives in the mail, I'll be able to determine which item this is, because there's a whole bunch of different lengths for the strings. So it looks like one that is on the longer side, because if you look at the set right here, it's quite a long string. So that'll be interesting to see what it is for sure. And then I'll be able to add instruction, item dimensions, and then instruction dimensions, and all that good stuff, and original box dimensions. So yeah, that'll be good fun to work on once that arrives. Gotta just love it when, oh, it just reopened. Well, all of my Opera pages just completely closed and are now reopening. Apparently it says Opera has recovered from a crash, so who knows. For the life of me, I just cannot get the shadow away from the bottom part of the hands on this torso. For example, this is the torso, and this is the photo I took. But then if you look here, you can see these dark spots, and it just really messes up the photo. And I have tried now taking a whole bunch of photos, and this here's my light setup. Like, I don't think you can really get any better of a lighting situation. The next thing I'm gonna try probably is to put another layer on top of this, and then try and just lift it up higher so that the hands aren't on the ground, maybe, but that's not really possible. So yeah, it's just, this is gonna be a creative one to try and take a photo of. So you see an order, 74 bricks, 30 lots. How much do you think it was? And this is in Canadian, not American. $5.52. So that's like what, $3 or $4 American? That has got to be one of the lowest value orders I have had in seemingly forever. And yeah, it's basically all just common parts. So yeah, not really anything special mixed in. Cheapest is 4 cents. Actually, no, the 1x1 plates here were 2 cents. But yeah, it happens every now and then. These are the orders that are not the fun orders because it's low value, high work. But that's fine. They aren't too common. Sometimes the simplest answer is the correct one. It took like 20 minutes of messing around with different options for trying to take photos. I was like trying on here, then I would add this, then I would take this, then I would even extend this to try and get something for it to lay in, to try and get an angle, but the lighting was just absolutely horrible. And the way that I finally got the result I wanted, I literally just took a photo of it on my hand. Like literally that's all I did, and then it was good. And yeah, that was the result I was able to get from it. So I am not going to complain about that. And I'm just going to pretend I did not waste half an hour of my life trying to get an angle on something. And this is why I'm not too particular about what background I used. I literally used my hand for this background. And it is arguably very good ultimately still, compared to if you used a white background and spent well, let's just say as much time as I spent trying to take this photo before I realized I could have just taken it on my hand to finally get that angle I needed. Just realized that the weight is actually missing on this guy right here, so then I'll just quickly weigh him up now and then add that. But I finally finished with the last photo, which is the torso of this guy here, the front and back, and that has now been added. So now there is currently, one second, let me get it up. This one, nope, this one here. So I currently have 15 items pending approval now, so that's pretty good, and they're all from the set, so can't complain about that. And so then once I do this, then I'll probably be calling it a day. So tonight, or more specifically tomorrow or something, and I don't want to show my reflection in the window, the moon is going to be a blood moon. So let's see if I can get a good angle. Oh. That didn't work. I might have to end up cutting a clip there, but you probably won't be able to see it too well, but you can partially see it right over there a little bit. That is the moon, and supposedly it's going to be a blood moon tonight at either 3 a.m. or 6 a.m. It's completely normal now still, so anyway, was I pointing to a random screw that's outside of the window? I might have accidentally been doing that. Yeah, the one that's holding the eaves troughs together or something. I don't know. But the moon's over there somewhere. It's almost impossible to see because of the angle, but apparently it's going to be red tonight. Currently 1:50 and it's another internet outage. Still no internet. And the internet is finally back. Just sold one set for my sister again. She probably paid like $35 Canadian on sale for this thing from Amazon, I believe. We picked it up on Black Friday a while back, probably a year or two ago, and just sold it for $69.99 with $29.99 on shipping. And then I think it's going to Ontario, but it might not be going to Ontario. It might be going to a different province. So then it would be an additional 13% or so sales tax on top of that. So all in, I think they were about $114 for this set. So not bad. Sorry if there's a whole bunch of clips missing from before this. I most likely went ahead and deleted a whole bunch of them since I spent most of the day yesterday working on a new tutorial. But then after I spent about 4 or so hours on it, I was realizing that the white balance was just so off that some of the colors weren't recognizable, even though I thought that they were fine. So that's why I still went ahead and threw it in making the entire thing. So it turns out that, for example, one second, let me get here. This here doesn't look like sand green, apparently. So they approved it this time, but then they try and figure things out better to make it more look like sand green. So then I already privated the tutorial again, and then I'm going to leave it for a while now until I can just figure out a better way of doing it. Something about white balance, but it's real confusing, so it'll probably take a while. So I'll probably hold off on tutorials for a little while. It's a bit later than normal, but it's yogurt time now. I'm not gonna lie, I completely forgot about it earlier. Just wanted to say thank you for watching the vlog. If you got this far, the next vlog should be out on Saturday. I managed to get a little bit of stuff done last night, but I was mainly focused on trying to learn more about editing the photos and stuff like that. Speaking of which, I do need to take the figure back out again because I want to try a new photographing method again, just trying a whole bunch of stuff. I'm going to figure it out one of these days. And this time, since I can't stand paper backgrounds, I'm going to try using a thermal paper background. They have a completely different texture to them. They don't really bug me or anything like that. So then hopefully this is a white enough background to actually work. So hopefully I'll be able to use that in combination of things to get the color right on the part. So that can hopefully be good. I do have to see if I have any parcel orders tonight that I have to pull because post offices are closed tomorrow. So I would only be able to drop off a letter mail and not parcels. So then I'll focus on that. But thank you for watching the vlog. If you got this far, it's now 1:57 p.m. and I'm going to start editing it.